Look at all that jam. I'm so excited. I gotta be more patient. This one is supposedly self-pollinating, and I know whenever I say that about anything that I plant that says it's self-pollinating, I get all kinds of messages telling me that how it's not. And that's a cabbage plant that I bought. It's literally called cabbage. There's no variety to it. Hey, what's up? Welcome. My name is Crystal. It's Saturday, May 14th, 2022. We live in Connecticut, Zone 6, if you're new here, and I'm hoping I can get some flower seeds in the ground today. I have transplanted perennial flower plants that I got for Mother's Day into our flower garden here, and they're doing pretty good. I need to get them some water. One of them's looking kind of sad right now. It's been very, very warm here during the days, and at nighttime it's in the mid 40s. I'm not gonna start my big sunflowers. I'm not gonna put those in the ground just yet. I'm gonna hold off on that, but some of the smaller varieties I'm going to. So I'm just gonna get some of these plants water, and then I'm gonna sow the seeds. All right, so I'm in where I planted the bare root raspberries. So far, one of the blackberries is growing new leaves, and one of the raspberries is growing new leaves. The other four aren't really doing much just yet, so we'll see how those do. For this year, behind them, up against this rock here, I'm gonna put some flowers in. I typically like to start perennial flowers, ones that will come up year after year, that I don't have to resow, but there's some varieties of annual flowers that I really like, that are my favorites, and it's sunflowers and zinnias. Over here, I'm gonna be starting the giant cactus zinnia and the sunspot sunflower. The sunspot sunflower gets up to 18 inches in height, and the zinnia gets up to 3 feet. I'm going to do the zinnias along the back up against this rock here, and then the sunflowers in front of that. Here's what the zinnia seeds look like. That's what these sunspot sunflowers look like. All right, now I'm over here by one of our garden planters. This is just one of the galvanized containers that had drilled holes in the bottom of it. I'm gonna put some seeds in here. I'm gonna do the lily-put zinnias, and then some teddy bear sunflowers. That's what the sunflower seeds look like. There's the zinnias. These zinnias only get to 16 to 18 inches high, and then the teddy bear sunflower can get up to 2 feet high. And the other zinnia I'm going to start is the semi-dwarf pumila. These ones can get up to 2 feet high. I guess while we're out here, I can do a very quick garden tour of how everything's doing. These are the marigold seeds that I started. Those look like they all popped up. And I have other ones over here. I find marigolds to be, they're two different varieties. I don't remember what each one is, but I find the marigolds to be a pretty good pest deterrent. All of the onions, the sets that I've put in, whether I bought them or they're the ones that I grew last year, those are all growing. I have many around the garden. I just put onions everywhere. And then I have over here, very slow to grow, hailstone radishes, French breakfast, albino beets, which I don't think they're really doing anything. There's some bugs, looks like, have gotten to them. I have early wonder beets, American purple top rutabaga, and Amarillo carrots and weeds. Over here is our peas, and I have in the middle some of the onions I put in. So some of the onions that are in here were left in here from last year. They overwintered pretty good, so they just kind of started growing on their own again. I think I have celery in there too, but it doesn't look like it's doing very well. And a very small dinosaur kale plant. This is where a lot of the brassicas are. These are the Brussels sprouts and kohlrabi, and that's a cabbage plant that I bought. It's literally called cabbage. There's no variety to it. It's just cabbage. So I have one of those in there, and I also bought it's a lieutenant broccoli, so I got one of those. But everything else is doing okay in here. The DE helped a lot. I've noticed that the leaves are not getting eaten as much. I was coming out every day and I was getting I had fewer and fewer plants because something was eating the leaves. So after I water, I spritz some DE in here. That's what the white powder is, and it seems to be working pretty good. Hopefully I get something this year. I've never grown any variety of brassica ever successfully, so we'll see how we do. I have red lettuce over here, and those are, I think, garlic chives or maybe regular chives. Looks like they're about to flower. I'll probably pick the flowers off just to avoid a lot of seeding in just to limit seeds getting everywhere. Got garlic growing. Those are the onion sets from Home Depot in there, and the other garlic. And then we have these scary potatoes growing. These are the potatoes that I had put in my basement and then forgot about, and they got kind of scary looking. So I threw them in these half barrels here. I do have seed potatoes that I got recently from Pine Mowing, and those are sitting in my basement also, so I'll have to take a look at those, maybe get those planted up soon. But these ones are good. These are Adirondack blue potatoes that we grew last year. Here's another celery plant. And then Steve for Mother's Day bought me a cherry tree. This one is supposedly self-pollinating, and I know whenever I say that about anything that I plant that says it's self-pollinating, I get all kinds of messages telling me that how it's not. It says it right on here, self-fertile, and I can use it to cross-pollinate a big cherry tree too when I get one of those. I'm very excited about that. And this is, I don't know the exact variety. I'm really bad with flowers. I'm learning. I remember that it's called Amethyst Dream. I just don't remember what the flower itself is. This is one of the ones Miranda picked out when we went flower shopping on Mother's Day. My birthstone is amethyst. And these are green beans that I thought weren't gonna come up, and then they did right after I sowed more seeds. So I gotta be more patient. Yeah, we're gonna have lots of green beans over here. The morning glories all came up mostly. I have a loofah gourd I'm protecting. It's not looking that great right now. More morning glory. And then this is by Proven Winners Paint the Town Magenta. Some daisies. I think that's bee balm I planted last year. I'm hoping that's what it is. So it looks like it's coming back. And then I have this Decadence Lemon Meringue. It's so pretty. It's starting to flower. The buds on it were like a purple blue, and then now they're starting to flower, and it's just really cool looking. And I have a bleeding heart. This is Cat's Pajamas by Proven Winners. That was a plant that I got last year and it came back beautifully. Really pretty. And then those are 2 foxglove plants that I bought last year. Here is our strawberries. Some of the runners are starting to escape. They've gotten to the outside of the garden bed. Once I see runners starting to form at the end of the season, I will redirect them to the middle of the bed so I can fill in more with strawberries in the middle. But look at all that jam. I'm so excited. These ones are the quinalt strawberries. They are everbearing, so they produce strawberries from June to fall. I get strawberries and it's fantastic. These ones are an all-star strawberry. They're June bearing, so they only flower for June, and then that's kind of it for them. Our pear trees back there, I don't know if you can see them, but those already flowered this year, so I'm hoping that maybe we get a pear or 2. And our Greenstalk, I have cilantro growing, some lettuce. I have used the top part to store some strawberry plants for my brother, and I have one of the strawberry plants. This was a runner from the strawberry bed and I stuck it in there, so that one's doing really good. But that's all that's in there for now. I need to get some seeds in that. Here's in our greenhouse, I have lettuce that I need to harvest on both sides. These are all of my seedlings that I potted up. These are the tomatoes that I potted up, and then I have other seeds that I started in here, and all the carrots, all of these plants. I'm gonna take a look at the weather after I go inside today and see what the long-term weather forecast is, and I might start moving these plants out, maybe getting them transplanted into the garden soon. I have bush pickling cucumbers and sugar baby watermelon. This is early prolific squash, green machine zucchini. These are my artichoke plants I grew from seed. And then I have some basil in there and sage. I absolutely love this greenhouse so much. And it was only like $60, I think. It's falling apart a little bit here. I can tape that. I'm thinking I might put some sort of, I want to get like a mesh material to put over the cabbages and stuff to take the plastic off and replace it with mesh screen, and do the same thing here. Leave the walls of the greenhouse, but do some sort of door that I can leave there so the flies don't get in so much. I am going to be sowing asparagus seeds. I have a seed packet that's like a couple years old, and then I bought a new one this year. So I have both of those soaking in water right now. Before you sow the seeds outside, you're supposed to soak them in water for a day. So I have those soaking right now. I'm probably gonna put them in the garden bed behind me. These are the green beans I started in here. I have the Royal Burgundy bean in there. And then these are tender green bushing green beans in there. And then these are Tom Thumb peas. They're a dwarfing variety of pea. And those are starting to flower too. But that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.